everyone, this is Admin Amy Pond. I'm going to be reviewing now the second episode in season 7, which is the dinosaurs on a spaceship. Yeah, sorry there. So let's get to it. Again, synopsis. Basically, we start seeing the Doctor going through 3 different time periods. The first one is in ancient Egypt with Queen Nefertiti, or Nefi for short. Then we meet Riddell, who is a big game hunter in Africa, and then into the future where this Indian I guess UN type of unit, military, I guess whatever they are having a problem with the spaceship coming into the atmosphere, and they don't know what to do except for blow it out of the sky, because I guess that's what humans do. We don't know where it is, we'll just destroy it without question. So I thought this was a really awesome, really well put together episode. I mean, as much as I really enjoyed Asylum of the Daleks, and I really did, I think this one kind of went even above that, if that's even possible. Like if I were to give Asylum of the Daleks, a rating of 1-10, I would give it maybe like an 8 or 9. But then with this one, I would give it like the Doctor, I give this one like an 11 or 12 even, because it blew my mind with all the stuff that was going on. I mean, the thing that as we got the dogs back in the first episode, we get to see the Solarians, and kind of almost seems like their basis of maybe where they got started. I guess they were wanting to escape the extinction of what we know now was the a meteor hitting the Earth and wiping out the dinosaurs and all that. So they try to save themselves, plus the dinosaurs that they could. I think the construction of that spaceship was really cool. It had its own little compartments and little I guess pods or areas, and I think when the Solarians created that spaceship, I think they kind of understood that these creatures are very different. So I guess they probably put each dinosaur was in the when we were listening to that one Solarian that was on the video that Amy had found, he mentioned there was 50 species. That's a lot of dinosaurs. And then he goes to further say there was a species on there that wasn't surviving or wasn't doing very well, and that is a very interesting point, because if the Solarians were doing fine and everybody else was doing fine, what could have been having such a hard time? And that's just very, I don't know, I found that very curious. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I have a theory. I might be wrong. I don't know, but I have one. And it's kind of based on all the spider webs. Because when I remember in Comic-Con, they were all saying that a lot of classic villains are going to be coming back. So I kind of was paying attention to that. And I think that I'm kind of linking, and again, I might be wrong, I don't know. But the thing that I'm linking to those 2 clues of spider webs in the species that might not have been doing so great would have been the arachnos. I think maybe when the dinosaurs and the Solarians were leaving, maybe they took a couple arachnos with them. Maybe, I don't know. That's just something that I'm kind of going through in my head, trying to figure out. But anyway, if anybody else agrees, great. If not, oh well. Again, they're all theories. Don't necessarily make them right or wrong. Then going back into the 2 people that we get Solomon, and we also got Rory's dad. That was cool. I thought that was a very cool insight to Rory and his relationship with his father. I thought that was a really cool thing that Moffat did there. Now, one thing I wanted to point out in the last video with the Silent Dogs, and I kind of didn't, and I'm just going to really quickly go into that, is the ponds. I think there's something really weird going on with the ponds, especially with Amy, because as everybody knows, my admin name is Admin A Pond, and because of that, I really, really love her, and I love how direct she is, and I love how she always gets right to it. She never holds anything back. And in these last couple episodes, that's just not been the case, and that's just so not typical of her. And so it just makes me wonder if there's something going on with her, and especially with Rory too, because in this episode with the dinosaurs, Rory is very angry, and he's barking and he's sniping at the doctor at every point in the episode. Doesn't even matter what the doctor's talking about or asking or anything that's going on. It seems like this anything that the doctor has to say, he has to snipe about it. So I'm kind of wondering what that's about. And then the relationship between Amy and Rory themselves, I just think is I don't know, unsettling. There's something wrong there. And then at the end of the episode, we see something with Amy and the doctor, and it brings up questions of how healthy their relationship is. The doctor's had a pretty close relationship with his companions in the past, but nothing like he is with Amy. It's kind of one of those unhealthy codependency type of relationships where together they're dynamite. They work well together and they're awesome. But when they're apart, it seems like they're off, and the last thing, that Amy said, that, she's not settling for any jobs because she's always waiting for the TARDIS. And that's not a healthy outlook. That's not a way, that she needs to be handling her real life, is, avoiding, getting a job, getting a career. And maybe that's also why Rory is so angry and upset, because, he's the sole breadwinner, and the housing that they live in and the area that they live in is a pretty posh area. So I'm guessing the bills are probably not cheap. I'm sure, maybe the house is paid for, but I'm sure, outside of that, there's bills that need to be paid, and I'm sure Rory doesn't like, having to be the only person in bringing in the dough, so to speak. So, and I'm sure it's probably unsettling for him to know that his wife is constantly waiting on somebody else that's not him, and that's not that's not good for any relationship. Anyway, so then with Queen Neff and Solomon and Riddell, I thought Riddell was a great character. I absolutely loved him. One, because he reminds me, and again, I have a theory about him, but I might be wrong. But I think he might be undercover, because I think he's actually the author that wrote the Alan Quartermain adventures. I think because when I was watching him, he had certain mannerisms, and the way he talked and the way he reacted reminds me a lot of Alan Quartermain, who is a kind of like in early days, like before Indiana Jones. Alan Quartermain did all that stuff. He did the mummy stuff and the King Solomon, which is another thing that kind of went off in my head when I heard the bad guy's name was Solomon. So again, those two things kind of cross each other. And then Queen Nefertiti, I'm not going to say her name right, sorry. But Queen Neff is an Egyptian queen, as we all know. She's one of the most popular ones besides Queen Cleopatra. So, and the reason why that's interesting, because again, the same author, he wrote about Egyptian queens. So again, more coincidences there. And as we all know, Doctor Who's all about coincidences, and we've gotten a lot of authors in the past, from Shakespeare to Dickens to Agatha Christie. So yeah, I think that maybe he was undercover. I think that name that he has is John's a pretty common name. Riddell actually is the middle name. It's a nickname, middle name for the author. The last name, because I actually looked up the full name of that, and there's really nobody by that full name. Not outright, anyways. So, and again, I might be wrong. I don't know, but I think it's a fun theory. It gets the brain going. Now, the ending of the episode. Again, I don't want to, have this video running too long here. But at the end, like when everyone's being taken home and all that. Let's see. The dad, Brian. He wants, to, see the Earth, from the TARDIS view and all that, which is really cool, which is, a really cool thing to do. But at the end, we see Rory and Amy come up behind him, like watching the same thing, and then the Doctor comes up behind them, and he has this really worried look on his face, and he goes, like the view goes, he looks to Rory, then he looks to Amy, then he looks away, and then he looks back at Amy, and kind of the whole time has this very unsettling, very worried look on his face. So, yeah, again, back to all that other stuff I was saying before about the pond. I think, yeah, he's seeing something, and I'm guessing it's not good. So anyway, that's the conclusion to the review for Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. If you want to see the one I did before, I will have that posted. Also, I will be doing next is the review for Town of Mercy. So if you want to click the subscribe button up here, that way you can get the updates of when I'm posting stuff. I've got like a ton of stuff here that I'm going to be making over the next couple of days, and I'm really enjoying making stuff now. I was nervous at first, but now I've kind of gotten over it, and it's fun. Hopefully, once I get money coming my way, I will be getting better equipment. I understand that probably the audio isn't still so great. I was listening to the stuff like the other day, and yeah, the video audio is not so bad, but the video is great, but the audio isn't, and I definitely want to work on that because I don't want to get anybody's ears bleeding, or I don't want to hurt anybody. That's definitely not the point of this. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling now because it's getting late now. I'll see you guys in the next video, and hope you have a great week, and looking forward to this Saturday. Alright, take care. Bye.